Good evening, all you awesome people out there. My name is Scott Schertzen, alongside Mr. Ryan O'Regan, Mr. Robert Leckington, and Mr. Davion Boosie, who's doing a little happy dance down there. And welcome to Tales from the Film Set on Spanglish World Network, Zingo TV channel 249, 250. Kindly remember to download the Zingo TV app on the app stores of iOS and Android devices. When you download, make sure to rate and leave a comment. Both apps are free. Zingo TV is also available on Google Chromecast, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Fudge Nuggets. I screwed it up again. Anyway, you know where to get it. How you guys doing?
Not as good as Devani there with his happy dance.
Dude. What happy dance? There's no.
And we all know why.
It's not a happy dance. It's just a Davion dance. It's just
we can't tell tales outside of school just yet. So,
and me, the alcohol from before wore off, so I'm good.
Yeah, Scott, when you're doing it just looks like you had one too many beers. So I don't know.
And when I do it, what does
it could be
that mean?
Percocet. I sprayed my foot yesterday. Actually, my foot's wrapped up.
Oh my God, you all right? Like, was this on set?
I'm fine. It just hurts every now and again. But yeah, I'd sort of forget about it. And I move the wrong way. It's like, oh, now I remember.
Wow.
Yeah, but then you make me feel bad. It's like, oh my God, he's actually physically injured. I shouldn't say.
Yeah, we got to figure out what do we do.
It's a sprained foot. It's not an amputation or anything. It's not herniated discs or some crap like that, dude. It's fine.
Try to be sensitive.
I
I'm
thank you.
Completely a jerk all the time.
Oh, it's beautiful. Oh my God, the pain is terrible. I'm dying. Oh man. Anyway,
okay, you lost me when you went all coffee talk, Mike Myers there. So
we got a bunch. We're actually here for Tales from the Film Set, not Tales of the pretend whiny guy here.
Technically, they could be one and the same depending on the topic.
Could be, and it might be depending. CinemaCon, basically, there were some weird things that popped out of there, so we're going to talk about that. We're also going to do some of the long-awaited bizarre casting notices, which BT dubs. A lot of them come from reality television. Who would have thought? So anyway, I'm going to start rolling this because we have to talk about the fact that Bad Bunny made waves by actually being entered into the Bad Bunny made news by entering into the Spider-Verse as El Muerto. I want to get your thoughts on this. I want to see if you guys are surprised by it, curious, maybe offended based on the lyrics. I don't know.
Personally, I think it's a very inspired choice. I mean, mind you, CinemaCon was pretty much just like this big convention for all the big theater exhibitions. For those of you who don't know what it is, basically all the theater companies get together and they want to show off their goods. So Sony came out with a lot of Spider-Verse stuff. You know, they said the sequel names for the next animated Spider-Man movie. They came out with, more Venom. They're going to have another Venom movie. And they came out with which is essentially the next spin-off of the Spider-Verse outside of Venom or Morbius, and it's going to be El Muerto, which is a wrestling luchador superhero that inherits, I guess, powers. I forget if it's through with a family line or if it's through like the mask he wears.
It's the mask.
It's the mask, right? Okay, it's the mask. So, not exactly a name that you've probably heard of. That's for sure. It's definitely abstract. But I will say, as far as casting Bad Bunny, it's an inspired choice. Simply because you do have a very cross-promotional brand with Bunny. Not only is he an excellent musician, which I've seen lots of his shows from like other fans' perspectives, he does a great show.
Okay.
But Devani, I don't know if you've seen as well as I have, but as casual wrestling fans, we've seen Bad Bunny in the ring during the pandemic, and even just recently at the Royal Rumble, he has been a prominent guest appearance figure in WWE, and he puts in the work. Like, it's not rare that you see certain celebrities actually go ahead and put themselves into wrestling. They're usually just there to like do a couple of hip tosses, and that's it, i.e. Snooki. But yes, it did happen.
That happened.
Hey, she got $32,000 to speak at Rutgers. Let's point that
out. Fair.
More than Maya Angelou.
But Bad Bunny has actually put in the work. We have seen him in the ring, and he is surprisingly athletic. So much so that even before this El Muerto movie kicks off, we're going to be seeing him later this summer in Bullet Train with Brad Pitt and all them, when he's going to be an assassin. And the action in that looks very slick, very nice. That he's going to be preparing for this movie. This isn't just a throw a celebrity into the thing sort of thing. No, I actually believe that he is probably the best actor or personality that you could get to launch something that people have probably never heard of.
Ryan, I'm going to tell you, be careful when you say best actor.
Well, that's why I said personality.
We're not trying to make Bad Bunny into the next Will Smith, so be careful with that.
Well, I mean,
but
hopefully
he
he
caught
slaps
people's
better,
attention with the footage that came out for Bullet Train. It surprised, I think, a lot of people to realize that he had that kind of range and that kind of ability. And in this case here for El Muerto, it kind of makes sense in a lot of ways. Ryan, you touched on this earlier. A lot of it is the fact that it's now cross promotion. And even it doesn't matter what level of film industry it is, you know, if it's the toppest thing, if it's the biggest thing in the planet, or if it's the smallest indie, they want to know what kind of following you have and how you can market their product for that.
And I would like to say this. I wouldn't be surprised if him being in the WWE for a brief period of time helped elevate him into the industry and for film, because those wrestlers do have to learn how to take bumps and all that because they do stunts. I don't know too much about his acting chops. So we're going to see what's going to happen when it comes to Bullet Train and also the one that's related to Spider-Verse. I'm going to be messing that name up, so I've already figured it.
Muerto, not Muerte. That was my initial count. El Muerto.
El Muerto. I'm going to mix it up.
Muerto. Come on. This is the pasty white guy here.
Yes.
Yeah, how are we nailing El Muerto?
I have no idea. But y'all doing it perfect. But I'm totally interested in Bullet Train. Definitely.
Well, I'm offended because I don't even know who Bad Bunny is. I'm looking him up here. He's a rapper. He rose to stardom after collaborating.
He's the guy in the Corona commercials with Snoop Dogg.
Okay, so he rose to stardom after collaborating with Cardi B and Drake on the singles "I Like It" and "Mia."
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I know who Cardi B is, but barely. You know, I mean, who are these people? They're like,
you're not the demographic, I think, for the Cardi B's or the Bad Bunnies of the universe. Now, some concern. Go ahead, please.
No, I was saying technically, I kind of in that generation, so yeah.
Well, I'm 47. So
Bad Bunny is like most other certain musicians where they have like their niche basically in their own nationality.
Right.
He pretty much rose to stardom because of the WWE, and that's only because he did a song called Booker T, and he was able to perform Booker T's entrance at a pay-per-view or a live event, however you call it nowadays.
Right. Now,
from there, I mean, remember that performance. Booker T's just standing there with a vest and looking all militant, and Bad Bunny just like performing around him and everything. It's like very low key performance, but it was certainly enough to impact that. Okay, we can use him. We can bring him into storylines, and mind you, we don't know what his acting is like. Usually, when it's someone who's a musician, you always question when they traverse over to acting.
Correct.
Look at
you got a lot of
Houston, Madonna.
You got a lot of rappers. You got a lot of rappers that are like trans.
Eminem, some hit, some miss.
Snoop Dogg even.
Some hit, some miss. Sorry.
I'm thinking of like the guy that was in the Steven Seagal film where they were in prison, where they bust out of prison. I can't remember the
DMX.
DMX, yes.
Yeah, Cradle to the Grave.
Well,
Cradle to the Grave. Yes.
That was the first time I heard that song, that commercial.
Look at what Fast and the Furious franchise did for Ludacris.
Exactly.
Remember, Ja Rule turned down doing a sequel for like $54,000 because he's like, I'm not going to do it. It's not worth my time. And they're like, all right, they brought in Ludacris, who's made like $80 million since.
Right.
But in Ja Rule's defense, Firefest.
Don't make me laugh. Please, God, don't make me laugh.
It's murder. No.
But yeah, I mean, you look at, like I said, that transition where they're already popular, they already have the fan base. Obviously, I don't think people necessarily realize that when you are performing on stage, that is all choreographed. That is all, effort, energy, I mean, work ethic, all that kind of stuff. So
Well,
it's not just basically. I think sometimes people have the mindset of like Elvis going into a movie. Like back in the '60s. It's not that anymore.
Exactly.
It's also timing too. Timing has a lot to do with being a musician.
Right.
So, when you're an actor, you can basically just transition from, that artistic ability of, being able to contribute in an artistic way that, it's seamless almost.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna basically play a game with y'all. Hey, y'all give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down when you saw this person perform in a film. And these are musicians, ladies and gentlemen.
If you ever
Sting.
saw them in any film before, you're saying.
Correct. Sting,
Okay.
starting with Sting. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs up.
I should, but no, I can't remember one.
I saw him in Quadrophenia, which was like, it came out in 1980, 79, 1980, something like that. Was the Who
I
film.
mean, the most obvious
the
is
Who.
Dune.
Yeah.
The Who, the band.
Yes, you're right. Oh my God. Okay. I failed that one.
Okay.
He played
Next,
a mop top in the film.
He had the black bikini on, the Speedo.
Whitney Houston.
Oh yeah, that's easy. Bodyguard.
He said
We're not going to sing the song. We're not doing
We're
that.
not gonna
today.
sing the song. Okay.
Well, you
Madonna.
Don't want to do that anyway. Madonna.
Madonna.
Oh, yeah.
Dick Tracy.
League of Their Own.
Dick Tracy, actually.
Yeah.
I would say thumbs up because. Yeah, I would say thumbs
I mean,
up.
it's been hit and miss with her, but
yeah,
I'd
but
say when she hit, she really hit.
Yeah.
Madonna, I just don't see the artistic ability other than the fact that she's a sex symbol.
Oh wow!
But then you look at someone like a Vita, where
she moved to directing at some point later on.
Yeah.
So,
Lady Gaga.
yes. Well, Star is Born. Whoopi. That's
Well,
Star is Born. The
does television
87
count?
rendition of that. So, yeah. They've done that movie. Like literally, that movie's been rebooted like 8 times now.
See, I didn't see that, but I do remember when she started acting in American Horror Story.
Yeah.
The hotel
That's
season.
another one.
That was very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next,
All right.
next celebrity. Beyonce.
Well, yeah, I have.
Yeah, Austin Powers.
There it is. Yep.
Yep. She was like,
Okay, now I can put my thumb up for Austin Powers, but do I have to? Does Austin Powers? Does the thumb up mean I liked her performance in it?
If you saw
What
that,
do you think of her
she's
acting ability in general?
Oh, okay. I mean, it was okay.
I'll go Roman. I'll go side.
middle.
I didn't think she was bad.
It's like
But you
I
also
acknowledge
gotta-
she had some prowess, but yeah, no.
Okay. Next one. We're gonna talk about. I'm not gonna do DMX because to me DMX gets a thumbs up regardless, and also he passed away. Eminem, I would say sideways because it's a hit and miss with Eminem.
I mean, because
he does have comedy chops. That's the thing. But I never really like 8 Mile was good, but then there were some films where you sat back and you look at when he was added to it. It was like,
well, he's mostly done cameos since, and usually Adam Sandler or Seth Rogen stuff. But
I did see him in an episode of Entourage, which he was having some kind of a party that like Vincent Chase, sort of gets into a fight with everybody in the episode and everything. But as far as Eminem's acting ability in that episode, I was like, I don't know. I'd say middle of the road.
Yeah. All right.
See, that's the thing. You have to make sure you.
There's a couple more that we can do if you wanted.
Yeah.
The ability to act and versus what lines they give them for their guest appearance. Because usually when it's a celebrity of that nature, they'll just give them some throwaway lines, and it's like, oh, you just be there.
He was having a party in this episode, the episode of Entourage, and he shows up and he's like, "Hey Vince, how you doing? Hey, get your hands off my girl."
Yeah, that's pretty typical when you have something like that. I mean, it's not like we got into any in-depth, oh man, my life with drugs or anything like that. It wasn't Bob Saget material.
Yeah.
Well, there's 2 different forms of Bob Saget material. The stand-up stuff and the stuff that basically that he was more or less known for in the 80s and 90s.
Correct.
Fair.
Up to which he more or less hit. Okay. I'll give you 2 more.
Okay.
Britney
50
Spears.
Cent. Wait, who?
Britney Spears.
Again, I will go sideways.
Oh, why would you go sideways there, Ryan?
Look, the movie that she did with the girlfriends on the road trip.
I'm
That's
not
the
a girl.
Okay, who was expecting Shakespeare from that? All
Not
right,
yet,
you
a
got what you
woman.
paid for with that. Which, thankfully, if you paid for anything, it wasn't much, and you went on a Tuesday when it was a cheap day. But you got what you paid for.
All right. And there's one more. Basically, we talked about this prior. Elvis.
Oh, well.
I'm
Elvis.
sorry. I have to give thumbs up because those movies were so terrible,
Yeah,
but
King
yes,
Creole.
so awesome at the
Come
same
on,
time.
give me a break.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was
They-
the thing
he
that
was
they
so
did at
bad
that
in the
time.
third
If you were
grade.
going to be a musician in a movie, it was going to be a soundtrack musical sort of thing.
Yeah.
You went
not,
into it.
It's not a thumbs up, but it's not a medium.
It's
So
it's
like,
listing. It's kind of like
Your thumb meter is 2%.
yeah.
Well, did
I
you
will
guys
give
ever-
a thumbs up. Even if his acting was bad, think of how many careers got launched because of Elvis movies.
Shaking his hips.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
just for a disclaimer
Elvis
to
to Elvis.
people,
What's
just
that?
to know, these are our opinions. We're not bad talking the actors or anything. It's just the fact, in our opinion, I think they should do something spectacular if they decide to go that route and become an actor and elevate more than just say, "Oh, it's a paycheck."
Well,
Mhm.
yeah, I mean.
Although,
Yeah,
mind
they're
you,
trying to
we
bra-
have
they're
people
trying to
in
branch
our
out for that
respective
EGOT.
field that still act just because it's a paycheck. So
Yeah,
Well,
Well, the goal is the EGOT now. So
it's not it's not a necessity, but we like to think of it as something that we take to
Mhm.
heart.
right. Because we're thinking when you go into the route of acting and you're a musician, we're thinking you're about to embark into a do-it-all status, meaning
Mhm.
that once you hit music, then you do movies, you at the level of do it all. Then let's say you decide to do a TV show or a talk show, you're do-it-all status.
well, now what
Doesn't
about
Kelly
like
Clarkson
those
have a show now?
people
I'm
that?
sorry. Go ahead.
What about those people that are already musicians and already like in the acting type of thing, like myself? I mean, I've been a drummer all my
You're
life.
technically a do-it-all status.
Does that make me a bad person?
No, it doesn't make you a
No.
bad person.
No,
Do you want to hug, man? Do you want to hug? I'll give
I
you
know,
a
yeah.
hug.
I'm
Let's
sorry.
all give
I
him a
need
giant
one.
hug.
No, but to
I
that
virtual
end,
hug.
we can also say the reverse, that there have been plenty of actors who have tried to blend themselves into the music realm with
Mhm.
Jared
maybe
Leto.
not as much success
Jared Leto is one.
as, say,
Don't you hate on
musicians into
Hasselhoff?
acting.
Don't you dare hate on David
Jared
Hasselhoff.
Leto.
I love David Hasselhoff.
I
Greg,
wasn't
I'm
saying
sorry, I do.
Hasselhoff. I wasn't going to say Hasselhoff.
Jared
but he is
Leto.
on the list.
Jared Leto. Jared Leto.
Oh,
Jared
no.
Leto.
The worst one
Jared
of
may be
all.
one of the few people that
No.
probably has a little success, but he's probably
No,
more
the
successful with
worst
his cult.
one of all was it the whatchamacallit, the Corey brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Corey Feldman
Yes.
with his
Feldman,
Angels?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
that
from
didn't work
Corey
out
Haim
so
and
well.
Corey Feldman?
You know
He
who's
hung
actually a
around Michael
surprisingly
Jackson too
good
long.
singer? Kiefer Sutherland.
I've
Oh,
heard that
He has a
out
kind of
making
a
records.
blues style to him, but I've heard some of his stuff. It's actually surprisingly not bad.
Kevin
Bacon with the Bacon Brothers, not
Right.
so
Mhm.
bad. Bruce Willis, back when he used to do that whole harmonica thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then
Now,
for every one of those, there's, that time during the 80s and 90s when everyone from Eddie Murphy to Rodney Dangerfield put out a rap album. So,
Well,
yes, Rapping Rodney.
Even
No,
the
Eddie Murphy
WWE.
didn't do a rap album. He just basically sung with
WWF.
Michael. Well, first he started with Rick James, then he did with
Mhm.
Michael Jackson, and then he just went what's it, Rastafarian with Snoop Dogg.
Well, he had the song "Party All the Time." I think in 1980.
yeah, that one
Yeah.
from the 80s.
That was more pop.
Well,
Well, that's that's
Time
80s.
party
though.
on it.
Oh.
Party all the time.
I have awoken Pandora's box on that.
Thank you, Ryan. Bringing back memories.
Yes,
Now,
you are.
here's the question: Donnie Wahlberg, singer, actor. You got to pick one.
Actor.
Donnie Wahlberg.
Actor, more so actor.
How about Mark Wahlberg? I think is probably easier in this case, especially now.
Well,
Mark-
Donnie too. I recognize him more now from his stuff on Blue Bloods than anything
Yeah.
he did back when he was a new kid.
Well, with Mark,
And also Saw. He did a phenomenal job in Saw.
Yes.
Mark that's all he's doing is acting. He's not really. He hasn't
Yeah,
made an album since,
Actually, he mentioned that he said that his children finally saw some of his Marky Mark and Funky Bunch days and his music videos. Just completely just like cringed by the whole thing. It's like, yeah, when you look back at it, him dancing around in his underwear, not the best thing.
Yeah, the pants halfway down his butt.
Dude,
Yeah.
he did a fitness video. John Tron actually did a review of it. When John Tron was doing video reviews of like various videotapes and everything like that for exercise back in the 80s, Marky Mark had one.
Yeah.
And it was
He did another
good.
one recently, as far as I know.
well,
He
if he
did
did now, sure. I mean, the dude's got like 6% body fat.
Yeah.
And that's with
Are you-
Wahlburgers.
Yeah. Well, see, it's funny because actually he and Zac Efron have talked about their workout routines. And one of the things that they would do to get in shape is they would take grilled chicken, throw it in the blender, and drink chicken for protein because they got so tired of eating it. That's disgusting to me.
Okay, man. What's the
It is
fun in
like,
that?
is it raw chicken or cooked grilled
Oh,
chicken?
no, it's cooked chicken. But they got so
Oh,
tired
okay.
of eating it as a regimen that they would put it in like a ninja blender, liquefy, purify, or completely 100% liquefy the chicken, and then just chug it.
I mean, with the right seasoning, I could see it
Yeah,
working.
I can see it.
I don't know.
With the
I do
right
fruit-
seasoning.
Oh no, throw some blue cheese and some hot sauce in there, and it's probably perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but the idea of drinking chicken just sounds kind of nasty to me.
Yeah.
Or drinking broccoli or kale is good.
That's different. I don't like
it's-
vegetables. I'll drink them.
Vegetables are better than well, not better, but the vegetables are a little more.
But chicken, I can see maybe, you just crack a couple of eggs and put some good salt, pepper, whatever you want. You're good. You're good.
Tonight on Tales from the Kitchen.
Exactly. Yes. So, early reviews, by the way, have come in for Multiverse of Madness, which have basically defined it as if you are familiar and deeply involved in the MCU, you will understand it. If you are not, you are going to be 10 levels of lost.
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's like,
I mean,
That was priceless.
Rob right there with it, but
I'm here. I'm listening. Listen.
okay,
I'll learn
let's
from
be
you
fair,
guys.
Let's be fair. I mean, obviously, the majority of us will probably be seeing it this week, but
Yes.
it is a sequel to a Marvel movie. So, yes, if you're not aware of what's going on in this franchise, let alone just Doctor Strange alone, you're automatically going to be lost. Most sequels to anything are always going to be a little bit deeper into some of the lore and some of the characters. So if you don't see the first one, it's hard to get invested.
but apparently it's dependent on you knowing the Disney Plus stuff now. So it's a new level for this.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I'm imagining WandaVision plays very heavily into it, and
Yes,
considering
I
that
have
was
some degree of spoilerage, but I won't discuss it.
that was the beginning of 2021 right there. So
Yeah. Quiet as it kept, but it's all good. But at the end of the day, you can't. To me, MCU universe is an ongoing cycle. You cannot say you haven't seen all the films or the shows except for Thor: The Dark World. But
hey, that's been redeemed. It's been redeemed.
Exactly.
Well-
That had the Ninth Doctor, okay?
But anyway, if you saw the whole series, you're going to basically enjoy this film. If you're a person that's just being introduced to pretty much the Marvel Cinematic Universe through this film, then you're going to have to rewatch all of this and then have to watch it again.
Yeah, basically.
Plain and simple. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. It's like you might as well basically take a vacation day, then watch all the films.
Well,
and the series.
I don't think
And
you
then
necessarily need to watch all of them.
Madness.
Just the films where Doctor Strange is utilized, I would say. Because that's the thing. It's his franchise. And this isn't just necessarily the movie that came right after Doctor Strange 1. This is the movie that's coming right after Spider-Man No Way Home, which came after Endgame, which came after Infinity War. So you have to understand the character's motives through like a few different movies in order to understand why he's doing what he's doing in the first place.
Exactly. But and I'm going to ask y'all this question. Do y'all think that Doctor Strange is going to be the next Tony Stark?
No,
That's what they're trying to do, but no.
no.
That's what they're trying
His
to go with.
personality, his mode of operandi for what he does,
Mm.
it doesn't gel with the kind of stuff that would be necessary to be the leader of a group of people saving the entire universe. He'll certainly help, but he's not leader status. We already saw that in No Way Home, where he's no longer the Sorcerer Supreme. Wong is.
Mhm.
So he already himself to not be the soundest of mind and body.
But really, the Sorcerer Supreme, the reason why Juan is because of the fact that Juan wasn't part of the snap. Doctor Strange was.
But did he give it back? No.
We won't know until we see that movie. And for those who are spoiling the film on social media, can you please stop? Seriously, can you please stop? Because it's really getting annoying. And that
hello, likes and retweets. Thank you. I gained 3 new followers. Did you see my impression counts on that? No,
I don't watch the analytics.
No, but see, that's the funny. That's the mindset and the mentality of it. It's all about the analytics numbers.
I gave up math when I was in college. I know.
Well, you got further than I did. So, all right, we're basically almost halfway through at this point. Do you have any final thoughts before we start getting into the stuff that I'm looking forward to?
Go right ahead.
Well, yeah, I mean, lean right into that. Considering we were talking casting, it just happened to be of a particular musical inquiries, but.
And I want to get your thoughts on some of these as we go through. I'm just going to read, I'm going to go through. I've saved these for a while. This one, by the way, pays $150 a day. Okay. Truckers. Looking for attractive single truckers or truckers that are dating or talking to a romantic partner that they want to drive with for the next 7 weeks. Conversely, singles dating or someone who wants to date a trucker. Single men and women who are interested in dating a trucker and spending 7 straight weeks in a truck with them.
Oh.
How does she look?
They have to be attractive. So,
girls here stream, I see.
Because there are women truckers.
I mean, it sounds like we're responding to a dating profile, but
well. Hopefully this person, whoever's messaging us, is not exactly.
Let's see. Naked-hd.xyz. Is that? I guess that's a code
it's a
like
dating website, isn't
it? Yeah.
This feels like Craigslist. Is this Craigslist?
No. What you talking? You talking that thing over there, or are you talking this?
You talking about the past, or you talking about the present?
Yeah, I was going to say, you're talking about the comments. Yeah, because the comments over there, I got no control. But no, this is for which it says a well-established TV network, which I would have to say has 3 letters in it that all 3 letters are in fact consonants.
Was it from the Steve Wilkos show?
Oh God, that show! Oh, yeah.
No, this sounds.
They stiffed me on my money, by the way.
Truckers.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
This sounds country music television.
It's not. But would you be available and interested to spend 7 straight weeks? That's 42 days sitting in a truck with someone you just met.
No.
Would I be the one driving the truck? Because otherwise,
you could be. They're looking for truckers and people that want to date truckers.
No.
They're going to chronicle 42 days.
Is she hot?
No.
Actually, I'm sorry, 7 weeks. So 49 days. I'm sorry.
That's the thing. It's like I've known a friend who went into trucking for a couple of years, and she was an attractive woman. It's just it was one of those things that she wanted to do because she wanted to explore the country a little bit more. And it's obviously cheaper than flying. You get to take the truck, you go cross country, up north, south, northeast, west. And you get to see a lot of sights and talk to a lot of interesting people. I mean, that it's not the safest job in the world, sure. And certainly anyone that's watched John Oliver the past couple of weeks ago, he did about how truckers are poorly paid and treated. And, obviously there's a lot of stress. There's a lot of issues with sleeping. But, hey, I'm single.
Yeah, that issue would basically have peeing as well.
Yeah.
Or doing a number 2.
I mean, that would be a turnoff, yes, but a momentary inconvenience.
You'd have to roll down the window.
Obviously, that's why you have the
on bottles. You know,
yeah, there you go. So,
for a number two though.
If any port.
Well, no, if it's number two, take a break.
Yeah. All right, for $200 per shoot, by the way, not per day, but per shoot. Guys with perfect butts. Think Antonio from Queer Eye. $200 per shoot. Looking for attractive men, okay to appear in their underwear and okay to apply a booty mask to their lower butt cheek area. This is for a popular skin care brand that makes the booty plump out for the perfect bubble butt. Please note any UGC experience and include links to your Instagram or TikTok.
Now, what was the question as far as would we?
Yes. Would you submit for this? I guess it's the question.
Okay.
And you said $200 per shoot?
Per shoot, not per day. Plus, apparently, you also get the booty cream product.
Does it plumping up your butt?
Apparently, it does. Gives you a
Mine's
butt.
plump enough. All right, it's not even worth $3.50. So
they'd be paying you. I mean,
yeah. Well, I mean, they'd be paying me either way. It's just a matter of put it away.
Oh, here's a good one coming up. So,
I'm not sure.
Any other thoughts before I go to this one? Oh, this
Devontae's really thinking about this.
I'm thinking about it, but I'm not sure.
First of all, do you feel that you have a perfect butt?
Wait. Can I show it?
Again, no. Look, if we can't say certain words, then we definitely can't show off our booty.
Oh, God.
There could be children watching this. God.
Oh, you know what?
I had my clothes on.
They're listening to Bad
Bunny.
Bunnies. That's okay.
I had my clothes on.
So, there you go. Okay. How about this one? Would you be willing to audition for this one? $200. Men 30 to 55. We're looking for folks that are comfortable talking about erectile dysfunction and mental health. It is a plus if you're charismatic and have a good sense of humor. For $200,
I'll do it.
You talk about your junk on TV for a commercial for $200.
I'll do it.
I mean, just send me that one right now. I mean,
I'll do it. I'll do it.
I'm in the age range. I have no shame. You're talking to a man who actually has danced on television naked. So
that is true.
I'll do it. It's because it's like I'm technically lying. I'm technically lying.
Technically lying.
Oh yeah, right. I'm lying too. Sure.
There's that acting skill right there.
So anyway.
Oh God. Oh, let's see.
Do
you?
You're right, Devontae. I didn't mean to kill you that bad.
Oh, let me get myself back together.
Look, I ain't been in a relationship for over a decade, man. I don't even know if it does work or not. Sit.
Okay. TMI.
Good night, everybody.
And imagine if I was getting paid for it.
Yeah.
He's like, it doesn't work anyway. I may as well get some cash out of it.
Yeah. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I haven't opened up that box in a while. So
Nice.
We don't want to discuss on air what kind of boxes you've opened.
that's
We already discussed Pandora's before, so
I don't even know her.
Okay. This one probably will not apply to this one probably will not apply to you. Me not talk mouth good.
See, Scott, see when you want to go ahead and open up your own little categories of conversation? You see the way we go down?
You see what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps? See what happens, Larry? Do you have another family? Do you have another family?
No, seriously, send me that link. Continue.
Wait.
Okay. Are you living a double life? Do you have two separate lives with two separate families? If you were interested in telling your story, this might be a good opportunity for you.
How much?
It doesn't say.
That I think would have to be the driving factor, because if you're going to go ahead and blow up your spot completely, you probably should be doing it for at least a really good reason, and proper financial compensation for some people would be it.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think an actor can really come into these these roles and really do well if he just sort of,
finesse itself.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing with something like that. It wouldn't be just you, because if they're looking at someone who has like two different families, they'll want to incorporate the family somehow. They'll need some sort of
Right.
proof or some other
Find some
people,
people on
which
the
means
street.
you're getting other actors, or you're actually bringing in your
Yeah.
own family to participate in something like
Well, it's like, was it Happy Gilmore brought his own caddy on, he went out and found somebody out in the parking lot,
The actor Alan Covert, by the way, who has liked our stuff. I just want to point that out.
There you go.
Oh, that's your home.
You too good for your home? Answer me. Arguably one of the best golf movies of all time. We had a conversation on sports.
Wait,
thing about best sports movie.
whoa. Caddyshack is not the best?
Depends
He
on
said one of
perspective.
the best.
No. I said,
Huh?
yeah, it's one of the best. But I mean, there's only like 3 that I can think of anyway. Well, actually 4 if you include the Caddyshack too, but no one wants to. But yeah, because you had 2 Caddyshack, you had Tin Cup. There was the one with Matt Damon and Will Smith.
Oh, that was Bagger Vance.
Bagger Vance, thank you. So there's like 5 golf movies all time, pretty much.
And what you call Happy Gilmore was number 1 of the 5.
Number 1 and number 2, yeah. Because here's the thing: I don't think a lot of people recognize Adam Sandler better than they do Caddyshack.
True. And a lot of those
now this is going to sound crazy. My personal preference as well. I like Happy Gilmore more than I like Caddyshack.
Wow.
I did.
And a lot of those actors are, deceased, so nobody's really seen them.
Well, it's that.
They're deceased or their career is deceased.
But there's something about Chris McDonald. He was just fantastic as Shooter McGavin in that movie.
Shooter McGavin.
He has that, douche persona down to a T on camera.
A couple of years ago,
he plays that guy.
A couple of years ago, we saw Adam Sandler and I forget his name. What was his name again? The Shooter McGavin.
Christopher McDonald. Yeah, that's who you're talking about.
Okay. They did some kind of a promo where they were talking about how they were going to come out with the second Happy Gilmore. So I don't know if
I think I saw that.
Yeah, I don't know if that's actually being done or if it's being developed or what's going on. But yeah, that'd be.
I don't think that's necessarily going to be happening, considering Adam Sandler is under contract with Netflix so heavily, and I think the rights to Happy Gilmore is still under Universal.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be hard to do. That's why he went Murder Mystery 2 instead of anything else.
Well, the contract with Netflix was like 8 films, I think, and then it might have gotten re-upped.
Yeah, but he's done so many already. Goof.
But you know what? They all film in New York. I mean, it's the same group over and over, same crew pretty much, and everybody kind of just likes the environment. So he's just like, all right. So people made fun of him for going to Netflix, and now you got movies with The Rock, Ryan Reynolds, and Gal Gadot on Netflix.
Yeah,
but you also got them losing subscribers too, so it's a mixed bag.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Them losing subscribers, I think that it's gonna come back. They're gonna get those people back.
I'm not so sure.
I don't know, because they did lose half. I would say that half of those people at least were sharing their password. So once they figured out that their passwords are being used, and Netflix shut them down, maybe they'll be like, "Oh, I don't want to go back."
Here's why I don't think Netflix
down on that, and the fact that they do have a large amount of content, but a good amount of it is still overseas content, which means not everything is necessarily going to hit in America, where they probably do have a larger basis as opposed to having more competition elsewhere. There's more competition in the States probably than any place else between Paramount, Peacock, Disney Plus, Hulu, Amazon,
Discovery, Weather Channel Plus. That is a thing now. Yes, I'm not
again with the Weather Channel Plus.
Oh, dude, just driving crazy. But here's the thing. Here's the problem. I think Netflix has. Netflix has Netflix. Amazon has, Amazon delivery. Hulu has live streaming of games you cannot find anywhere on the planet. And basically that you can't get in your local area. They have commercial-free shows the next day. So anything that airs on ABC, NBC, CBS, the next day that stuff is up on Hulu commercial free. Netflix has Apple. Apple has gaming already. And Netflix seems like it's behind the 8 ball, trying to play catch up now. And if they decide to start doing ads, they're screwed. They're done. No one's going to want to pay for that.
Right.
I would pay for it
But they
just
have, like,
because there's
several
still
different
stuff on
tiers,
Netflix
though.
that I'll watch, but I don't watch Netflix as regularly. Like I'll
They
go ahead and I'll binge something, and then I probably won't go back for like another 2 weeks.
It'll
I
be
hate
several
commercials.
tiers, though. There will be 3 different tiers to that. I'm sure that the people that pay the most money won't get the commercials, but
Of
the
course.
people,
Right.
I'm already paying $17 a month right now for Hulu as it is. If it's $17 a month plus commercials on there, we have a problem.
Why are you paying so much for Hulu?
Oh, no, I'm sorry, not Hulu, Netflix. I apologize. I meant Netflix. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was about to say.
No,
It's
no,
like,
Hulu's like $8. No, Hulu
yeah,
doesn't
well,
count.
no, that much money for Hulu. That's like no commercials,
Yeah.
live television, plus Showtime, plus Cinemax, plus Stars.
And you know what's really, which ties into the sports side of things, is I can watch anything anywhere on the planet that would never normally be aired here. I watch Sunday morning, I watch cricket. Sri Lanka versus like Perth, Australia, cricket, because you'll never get it here. You know, European rugby, you know, soccer from around the world, all that stuff, bam, just go. And that is so neat for me to be able to do when I'm burned out on watching this stuff here. So, like I said, for Hulu, oh my God, 100% worth that. You know,
Well, that's
and
the thing.
again, no
I think
commercials.
as far as Netflix is concerned, it needs to take a page from Disney Plus and Hulu and do their big premieres more episodically.
Well, what
You
they need
can
to
use
do
an
is not pay-
episode
not-
every
is
them
not
all
pay
out
$100
there,
and keep people coming back.
Yeah.
The minute you go ahead and you throw something in its entire season, even Stranger Things, which is going to be coming out this summer, they've broken it into 2 parts now,
Mhm.
which is something
Well-
they never did before for it.
Amazon did that with the series Bosch, which is a series that I like. They
Mhm.
brought that, when that first came out, each season they would like bring the whole season out. So yeah, I binged watched the whole season, first 2-3 seasons, whatever, within like a week. So yeah, I mean they need to figure out a way. At least Netflix needs to figure out a way to undo that and just keep people coming back, kind of thing.
Yeah, because I feel like they had good content, but it's just that some of that good content they keep you waiting for a long period of time to come out.
Stranger Things.
And they,
Cobra Kai.
no, don't get me wrong.
Cobra
Some
Kai's
of the
once a year. Stranger Things been 3 years on that.
No, some of the anime, like if you really think about it, some of the anime that Netflix had were really good. Like the Seven Deadly Sins. They had
Violet Evergarden, the reboot
what's
of
the-
Shaman King.
They had Castlevania, which was
Oh,
phenomenal. They had was it Baku, which I really wasn't crazy about.
Baki, you mean?
Whatever, it wasn't crazy.
Baki
It was
and Baki Rama.
Shall we say it was
if you're
Baka?
Baka or Baki, whatever. It's
We'll just
just
call
not
it Baka. Somebody has to get that joke down there.
Yeah.
When do you guys?
Then you had King of Ashura, which was to me the best fighting anime around for that time. The best fighting anime. And then you came out with the Record of Ragnarok, which to me was very entertaining.
I would question that, but
No, it was. Come on, let's be real.
no, I'm sorry. I was getting Dragon Ball Z vibes watching that thing. Took 4 episodes to get through one fight. All right, don't start.
No, but you have to understand. Oh, sorry.
Hajime no
I'm sorry.
Ippo. Don't even argue. So.
Sorry, this is like a whole spin-off show. Me and Divine just like arguing shows.
Yeah.
It's
like
the Cubs, baby.
From Airplane, point, counterpoint. I say, let them crash.
And I say, don't let them crash.
But I mean, yeah, as far as like I said, Netflix goes, their issue is the fact I think is they got too smart for their own good. And they thought they were king of the hill. And eventually when you start thinking that, everything else starts to come up and take over. And they had their window, I mean, they were so smart that they paid $100 million, to get the licensing rights to a Scorsese movie that was barely released in theaters. And
not only that, they spent a ton more money other than $100 million on different, like they acquired different production companies and different scripts and things like that.
Yeah. So, and that's, I mean, they drop all this money here because they figured that basically the fans are going to, I talked about this 3 years ago, that they never changed their business model. And when your business model is new subscribers for the same thing, you're going to run out of interest there. And guess what? They're dropping and now they're panicking. So
And they've talked about doing other things. They've talked about buying theaters in order to showcase some of their work before it goes on to streaming. They've talked about adding gaming to Netflix, which they have yet to do.
Apple
But
already
at
did.
this point, I don't know if there's much more that they can do that hasn't already been done, and probably better by the warriors at the gate trying to climb that mountain.
Yeah,
The
like
only
I said,
thing
they're
I
king
would
of the
have
hill, but someone's always going to try and drag you off the hill.
Yeah, it's just like they took out Blockbuster. Now everybody else is taking them out.
Yeah.
Heavy is the head, though. Where's the crown?
Yeah. And
all right, go ahead.
No, and you have to figure out and strategize how to basically stay on that throne. Like you can't just allow because you think you're king of the mountain that you won't be dethroned. Like you have to really sit back and think, like, yo, what have we not accomplished yet that we could make it big enough so we can outdo everybody else? Do it before they do.
Okay, Devani, think of something. Let them know.
Oh,
get right on it, man. Go for it.
So,
it's like,
really
so you think you're so smart? Go ahead.
What is one thing your competition don't have?
What's that?
What is one thing your competition don't have? And you take it.
Yep. There's a saying
online restaurants.
There's a saying that says every new invention is not world beating. It's simply 10% better than the predecessor. So there you go. It's not, like I said, mind blowing. It's just a little notch above, and then a little notch, and that's how it all grows. Yeah. So you had Netflix, which was brand new as a notch above like regular television. And then you started having, like I said, Amazon, Hulu, Disney Plus up here, and then they just kept going. Netflix, YouTube, $13 a month. I freaking love YouTube. I happily pay for that stuff. Netflix still here. You're getting beaten by YouTube now. So, all right. We have one thing that I totally 100% want to highlight on this. Do me a favor. I'm sending you guys a link on here. Image, basically all three of you guys, if you don't mind.
Hold on. Let me see
oh
here.
my God. Oh my
God.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Wait. I gotta see this. Hold on.
I'm gonna wait until all three of you guys have the image up on screen.
All right, so I'm clicking this link.
I saw it.
Oh yes, I saw the trailer for this.
Yes. Word has come down and magnificently as Daniel Radcliffe will be playing Weird Al this fall for something on Roku. I wanted to get your thoughts on this. I wanted to get your ideas on this because, first of all, the fact that we've never really had a Weird Al biography until now blows my mind. And the fact that Daniel Radcliffe looks so perfect as a young Weird Al is just amazing on top of it, to my mind. I am already hooked from the 1-minute video that we saw of this. I'm fired up as hell. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I want to get your thoughts.
I'll start.
I'll let Devani go first. Yes.
I am a Weird Al fanatic, to be honest with you.
Yes.
So as a kid growing up watching those crazy music videos that were redundant or copied of other artists, it just like cracks me up. And then, there was moments where, when he was around those artists and he really felt as though his life was in danger. And the artist was like, nah,
Coolio.
I ain't got no beef with you. You did something unique.
Like
so
Coolio.
it's like, this guy is 90s epitome of everybody's childhood. Matter of fact, 80s and 90s. UVH TV or UVT something?
UHF. I have that on DVD.
It's like, come on. Like, you can't get any old school than Weird Al Yankovic, man. You can't.
I'll still wait for the Pee Wee Herman movie to come out, but...
But here's the one thing about this with Weird Al. And like I said, I had no idea until today. I didn't even know they were doing this. And you started hearing, like a surgeon. And you see, like I said, Daniel Radcliffe. I'm curious to film this because Weird Al is like 6'2", 6'3". He's a really tall guy. And Daniel Radcliffe's only 5'5". So the amount of work that had to be done to make the height work properly, I'm really curious behind the scenes how they did that. If they put
by a very Lord of the Rings, how they made like everyone short compared to Ian McKellen.
They could have done that. They could have put Daniel Radcliffe on an apple box. In some bizarre cases, they shoot it in such a way where they have someone like down a step. So you'd have Daniel Radcliffe here at 5'5", and then you'd have someone down in, underneath the step. I remember the movie High Noon. What they used to do is they used to dig holes in the ground and have I think it was Gary Cooper's co-stars stand in the hole. So he actually looked taller than everybody else. They might have done something like that. They might, like I said, they might have done the apple box. They might have had Radcliffe wear some massive lifts. I'm not sure. Or like you said, the whole thing with Lord of the Rings. Yeah. But I am fascinated by this. I'm sorry. I'm really excited by this.
Here's the thing, though.
Okay, here we go.
You can't be looking at this trailer and looking at this movie and expecting something on the same caliber as what we got with Bohemian Rhapsody, what we're going to get with Elvis, or what we got with Rocket Man, Elton John. This is basically going to be...
It's Weird freaking
Weird Al Yankovic, the movie, done in the same style as UHF. This is going to be satirical as all get out.
And I'm okay with that.
You can tell just from the trailer. First of all, Weird Al was never that ripped. And they have him parading around on stage. Daniel Radcliffe looking like Harry putting in the work on the gym. All right? He is like toned. Weird Al, he was never that toned, except when he played Rambo in UHF. All right? So let us be clear. This is going to be a very aggrandizing version of the Weird Al story. This is gonna be probably more on akin to like Private Parts, talking about Howard Stern on his come up. It's gonna be very much more tongue in cheek. Which is perfectly fine. But I don't want people going into this thinking this is gonna be another serious tell all about like someone that you grew up with, because it's not going to be like that. This is a movie that's going to have fun with it. This is going to be ridiculous. And that's what for that.
I think. Yeah. I think the fans are not expecting the dark, dramatic, Bohemian Rhapsody or any of the ones that you talked about, or Walk the Line about Johnny Cash. This is Weird Al. If you
this is him
about Weird Al, you'd be disappointed.
The way he would spoof on songs, this is him spoofing on those types of movies.
Mm-hmm. I'm hyped.
So I'm waiting for the goofiness. I want accordions hanging from every scene. I want like little tidbits from the music videos. I want Wesley Snipes to come back and play the role that he played in Fat.
Yep.
Oh, he was in that?
No, he was in Bad. But I want him to be in the music video for Fat.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen here, but also just to clarify one quick thing, Dave, before we wrap up, 80s, 90s, and 2000. Remember, he had White and Nerdy back in 2008.
Yeah.
And he blew himself back up again. Kids that were not familiar with Weird Al were suddenly all over Weird Al.
Yeah.
They didn't know the song Riding Dirty, but they knew the song White and Nerdy.
I'm eating white and nerdy. Oh, we went white and nerdy.
The only question that I find hard is I like
to get the Star Wars too, because he did that. The saga continues from the prequels series.
Yes. That was genius too. American Pie.
Unto American Pie of all things.
And Don McLean has admitted that sometimes he gets the lyrics wrong and will sing the Phantom Menace version by Weird Al. Dead serious.
No, the Coolio one was the Amish Paradise.
Amish Paradise.
Oh
that's the one that pretty much put him on the map for like a whole nother generation.
Yep.
That pissed Coolio off.
Basically. It did piss him off. But
well,
yeah, but they worked that on the behind the scenes a little bit.
So yeah, it was.
Hey, maybe that's in the film. They duked it out in the wrestling ring.
Well, yeah, because I'm sure when you have someone who's pretty much made a career off of making fun of things that are popular, you're gonna have those popular things try to fire back at you, and I'm sure the antagonistic nature of some of those celebrities will probably come out, which will be funny to see.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We're going to talk about this as it gets closer. Unfortunately, we got to wrap this up now.
Yes, once we get a full trailer.
Yeah, well, once we get the full thing, I'm going to revisit this. I will beat you guys over the head with it if I have to. I'm going to make sure we're going to continue this. But we got to wrap up the show because, commercials and all that kind of fun stuff. Anyway, thank you, Mr. Leckington. Thank you, Mr. Brucey. And, of course, thank you, Mr. Ryan O'Regan. I'm Scott Churchson. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, as always. Thank you to Naked-Hyphen HDXYZ for letting us know about where we can find girls to stream. And for the rest of you guys, stay awesome.
Girls. Is that really his name? Oh my God.